Representative Cori Bush of Missouri on Thursday shared the story of her abortion, remarking before the House Committee on Oversight and Reform on her personal experience at a time when abortion access has been threatened by momentous anti-abortion legislation at the state level. In the summer of 1994, I was a young girl, all of 17 years old, and had just graduated high school, Bush said as she opened her testimony. Like so many black girls during that time, I was obsessed with fashion and gold jewelry and how I physically showed up in the world. Bush said she was very lost around that time. She said she had been a straight-A student her whole life with dreams of attending college and becoming a nurse, and her father envisioned her becoming Attorney General. But high school had been difficult for her, she said, because of discrimination and bullying. Her grades slipped as a result, along with her dream of getting a scholarship to a historically black college. That summer, I was just happy I passed my classes and finished high school, Bush said. Around that time, she went on a church trip with friends to Jackson, Mississippi. During the trip, she said she met an older man around 20 years old, Bush, and the man flirted and talked on the phone. He asked to come over to her room, she said. Bush was with a friend and said he could come by, imagining that we would talk and laugh like we had done over the phone.
Hours passed and her friend had gone to bed by the time the man came over. The next thing I knew, he was on top of me, messing with my clothes and not saying anything at all, Bush said. I was frozen in shock, just lying there as his weight pressed down upon me. When he was done, he pulled up his pants and left without a word, she continued. I was confused. I was embarrassed. I was ashamed, Bush said, adding that she asked herself if the rape was because of something she had done. The young man refused to talk to Bush the next morning. About 1 month later, she had turned 18 and noticed she had missed her period. Unable to contact the man who she said had raped her, she thought of friends she knew who had gotten birth control and abortions. I knew I had options. So I looked through the yellow pages and scheduled an appointment, Bush said, pausing before saying she was 9 weeks pregnant at her first appointment. This is 3 weeks past Texas's 6-week abortion ban that went into effect earlier this month. How could I, at 18 years old and barely scraping by, support a child on my own? Bush said she thought at the time. Knowing that the father would not be involved and fearing her parents would kick her out of their home, Bush decided to terminate the pregnancy. My abortion happened on a Saturday, she went on. A few other people were in the clinic that day, including one other young black girl. Bush recalled overhearing clinic staff talking about this black girl destroying her life because that's what they do. They being black girls like us, Bush said. Before the procedure, I remember going in for counseling and being told that if I move forward with this pregnancy, my baby will be jacked up because the fetus was already malnourished and underweight. Being told that if I had this baby, I will wind up on food stamps and welfare. I was being talked to like trash.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.